tonight's Varsity boys basketball game. Tonight, the Ballard Bombers host the Tigers of Carroll. The Tigers are members of the Raccoon River Conference and enter tonight's game with a record of 2 wins and 5 losses. The head coach of the Tigers is Randy Bissett. He is assisted by Brian Tiggs, Gary McGill, and Dave Ross. The Ballard Bombers have a season record of 7 wins and no losses, and are members of the Raccoon River Conference as well. The head coach of the Bombers is Jeff Schertz. He is assisted by Tron Scott, Jared Kuberski, Wyatt Weeks, and Sam Reeves. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for tonight's battle on the hardwood are Jeff Junker, Kari Hagan, and Jacob O'Connor. And now for the starting lineups, first our guest, the Tigers of Carroll. Starting off in the guard position, a senior, number 2, Stone Sebedon. Playing guard and junior, number 3, Matt Collisay. Playing forward, a junior, number 4, Jared Moore. Playing forward, a senior, number 20, Carter Essay. And at the center position, rounding out the lineup, a senior, number 21, Noah Hinner. Starting things off in the guard position, a sophomore, number 4, Parker Miller. Playing guard for the Bombers, a senior, number 14, Miles Mudd. Playing guard for the Bombers, a senior, number 21, Jackson Brown. At a guard position for the Bombers, a junior, number 22, Easton Ursland. And rounding out the lineup for the Bombers at the guard position, a junior, number 23, Jude Gibson.
Well, you just heard it best right there. Are you all ready for this as we get set for the back end of the doubleheader here tonight in the hangar? Raccoon River Conference matchup. The Carroll Tigers are in town with a record of 2-5 against your 7-0, number 1 ranked Ballard Bombers. But this Carroll Tigers team comes off of a huge win over a Storm Lake team that was ranked in the top 5 with Jaden Kuhn up there, and one of the best players in all of high school basketball in Iowa. So it's nothing easy for the Bombers. Ooh. As Parker Miller misses that one. He comes in shooting 69% from the floor, and he misses the easiest one he's had probably all year on the tip. As Gibson hustles. Jude Gibson tips it away. Miles Mudd with a tough run out, and there he is, the glue guy. We like to call him Elmer's. Elmer's glue, Elmer Mudd with that one, and now it'll be out of bounds on the Tigers. I got to give my buddy AC Adam Christensen credit for that Elmer's glue, but that's Mudd for you. 2 turnovers on the first 2 trips for the Tigers. 7:36 to go. The Bombers lead 2-0.
Yeah, just a nice hustle to start the game from the Bombers. Couldn't have drew up a better tip than that to really start, but good hands by Jude. And way to get on the floor by Jude to help Miles get that first bucket.
Easton Ursuline Wind and Fire can't find the basket. He finds it, but he doesn't find the bottom of it. Oh, and that's good hustle from Gibson down there with the quick hands.
Nice hands.
Hey, Jude Gibson on that one. John, Paul, and Ringo all like that one.
Yeah.
Todd Father.
No,
You a Beatles guy?
I am not.
You're not a Beatles guy, okay. Oh, there's America's play, that down screen, and the three's up and good. That's number 2. Stone Siebenthaler there as the Tigers have a 3-2 lead. Muddle fire the 3, and it'll be an illegal screen called again. We saw 3 of them called in the girls' game. And that's the first foul on Ursuline Wind and Fire there for Easton.
Yeah,
7:01 to go.
You're going to want to keep your feet set and
Yes,
your arms
you are.
inside your frame.
Yes, you are. If that's one thing we learned in the girls' game for sure. This is Siebenthaler taken away by Miller. And Miller will go up, and he tried.
I thought he was going to
try to cram it as well, but to no avail. It was a little short, 4-3. A little over a minute in here as the Bombers put a lot of pressure on, and there's a foul called, as that'll be the second of the game on the Bombers.
Aggressive trap there, just had our hands on, I guess.
Another aggressive one there.
There's Miles.
There's the glue guy, Elmer himself, inside.
Nice find.
Good pass down there to Parker Miller at 6-3, and the Bombers continue to turn up the heat.
Ooh, that was almost another turnover.
Yes, it was. Get you set here for the Carroll Tigers. That's number 4 with it. That's Jared Moore. Now it's Matt Collison.
Good contest by Parker.
Ursuline goes up. He can't finish as Gibson was trying to look for maybe a lob there. A little bit of showtime, but it's to no avail. But Ursuline Wind and Fire draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Starters for the Carroll Tigers here.
Oh, wow.
Stone Siebenthaler. Number 3, Matt Collison. 4, Jared Moore. Number 20, Carter Essick. And number 21, Noah Henners. Ursuline misses the first one as we've got a quick sub in here. Dylan Schoen will check in for downtown Jackson Brown.
Few unselfish plays there by the Bombers to get things rolling.
Yes, it is, and Ursuline can't find that one as Gibson taps it out. Schoen has it, now back over to Gibson. He's checked out there by Essick. Jude with a pull-up jumper, it's good, 8-3. The Bombers are pouring it on him early.
Nice balance by Jude on that pull-up jump shot.
Siebenthaler with it, now Collison. Now Essick here. Ball knocked away again. A good hustle play there.
PK, no.
Can't find it as Gibson comes up a little lame on that one. Mudd can't find the handle, but Jude looks like he's okay. Schoen will check Collison here in the full court, which is everyone's
Great job
nightmare.
Of showing his chest by Dylan Schoen there.
Henners gets him out of it. Now to be Siebenthaler in the corner. Now to Collison. He's checked again by Schoen out top to Henners. Now over here to Moore, and he'll be fouled by Parker Miller. Could be the second one on Parker. Not sure. It looks like it is. It'll be the second on Parker Miller. Caden Aguinal will check in. I got to believe he's coming for Parker Miller. No, he's not. Yes, he is.
I don't know if Parker really wanted to come out.
I don't think he did. I think there was a confusion. There was a 1 and a 4 in Miles' number, not just a 4. Siebenthaler has it. He's now checked by Ursuline. He's got 1. And that'll be the second foul on Easton Ursuline. That'll be the 4th on the Bombers here early on in this.
Yeah, that could change
quarter.
some things.
Yes, it certainly could.
Yeah, that kind of, I mean, that's hindered us a little bit in some of our games so far is just the foul trouble, especially early.
And this is what you would say early is
yes.
Siebenthaler misses that one. So Miller has 2 for the Bombers, and Ursuline has 2 for the Bombers, and that's the Bombers' size as far as height in the program. Jackson Scott will check in here for Easton Ursuline. And Easton with that foul, which was uncharacteristic. He got that illegal screen call early on that one. And Siebenthaler makes good on the second. So now here come the Bombers. It's Gibson, Mudd, Dylan Schoen, Caden Aguinal, and Jackson Scott.
Tigers here and man-to-man.
Oh, Schoen loses the handle on that one, goes off the backboard. Here comes Collison. Up and under, it's up and good. So now 8-6 as the Tigers have clawed their way back to down 2, approaching 5 minutes here in the first quarter. Gibson will pull up for a deep 3. That one's off the back iron, no good. Jude struggled a little bit from the three-point line this year. Comes in shooting just a pinch over 12%. As that Siebenaller misses that one, but rebounded by Moore. Now tipped away by Mudd. That one's picked up there by 14. Got to get his name out of the program. That's Newsbeck. The Bombers come down with it. Now it's Gibson with it on the run. Looking for Mudd over here on the left wing. He finds Miles. Ball screen from Gibson. Mudd on the dribble drive. Gibson has it on the left wing. He's asking for Scott to clear out.
Looks like we got a little 3-2 zone.
Yes, we do. The Tigers are in a zone. Mudd will fire the 3. It's up and no good off the back iron. Yeah, little zone took the Bombers just a pinch to recognize it. Dribble drive there from Collison on Aguinal. Siebenaller with it. He's checked by Aguinal now. We'll keep him on this side of the floor as that's the Bombers' tendency on the defensive side. Newsbeck with it. That's 23. He's new into the game. That's Trey Tassel. Good take there from 14, Miles Nuzback. That'll be tied up at 8 here.
Carroll did a nice job of kind of weathering that early storm. Bombers haven't had a great, true offensive possession.
Well, they haven't. As Mudd finds Scott, and he'll draw the foul. As we've got 2 Bombers set to check in here. Looks like Bryce Miller and downtown Jackson Brown will be coming in.
And that's a good idea. You're seeing zone. You want to get one of your best shooters in the game. Makes a lot of sense there. But, you know, our points have been created off turnovers so far.
Yep.
And some great looks and great hustle plays, which is part of the game. But, you know, when you get in that half-court game, you got to figure out.
Yeah, you got to be able to make some baskets in that adjustment. So Mudd and Gibson will check out. 3:39 to go. Jackson Scott's got 1 remaining here. As Coach Randy Beeson's been at it a long time over there in Carroll. As Scott misses that one, so he goes 0 for 2, still tied at 8. That's Moore on the attack. He fires that one over in the corner. That one's up, and that's good. Number 24, Blake Malinsky. This Tigers team knows how to hang around and win big games. As we said earlier, they've won only 1 out of their last 5, but it was a big one against Storm Lake. This is Aguinal with it. Now we're in the half court. Aguinal back over here to Schoen, slips through his fingers. Dillon struggles with it, with catching it, but he'll be fouled on the play. Matt Collison with some good sportsmanship helps Dillon up there. Bombers trail 11-8 as they were up 8-2 in this one early. And it was fast and furious, but now it's really slowed down in here to the Tigers' favor.
Yeah, definitely came out with a vengeance there, but again, no, that's a nice look.
That's a travel on Aguinal.
Really good job by just Carroll for, you know, sticking to what they're doing and trying to break the pressure. And you know, the foul trouble early then sets the tone here.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't, you know, keep being ultra aggressive.
You can't keep doing what you did to get it 8-2. And now that's Schoen with it. He hustles that one down as Dillon Schoen, and he'll go up with the right hand and finish. 11-10, and now the Bombers are getting this full court pressure with Miller.
Yep.
Aguinal and Schoen up there with JB, Jackson Brown, and Jackson Scott.
I just like to see the Bombers continue to keep the ball in front of them, not necessarily need so much help.
That one's off, and an offensive rebound there. He steps out of bounds, we've got a foul call on Dillon Schoen. That'll be the 5th of the quarter, so that'll be 2 free throws coming. Wowzers here. That'll be Trey Tassel will go to the line, as that was Blake Malinsky, the 5'11 senior that just missed on that 3. He made one earlier in the game. As Gibson and Miller have checked back into the game for the Bombers. That's Parker Miller. So it's Jude Gibson, Bryce Miller, Parker Miller, downtown Jackson Brown, and Caden Aguinal for the Ballard Bombers. 2:27 to go in the first quarter as Tassel made good on that one. He's good on the second. Well, now there's a violation. So there was a lane violation, but evidently it was on the Ballard Bombers. The free throw was good, so we're good.
Yeah,
Back to the action, folks, as Gibson brings it up the floor. Less than 2:30 to go in the first quarter. The Bombers trail by 3. It's 13-10. Cross court to Bryce Miller. He shoots the 3. It's up and good. Nothing but nylon. He tickles the twine. Does Bryce with that one. Well, now we got a reach-in foul on downtown Jackson Brown. That'll be the 16th foul of the quarter, and 2 free throws impending here for the Carroll Tigers.
Yeah, nice shot there by Bryce. He was ready to shoot it. Hands and feet were ready, and yeah, we got set up in that pressure, but just a touch late here.
We're a touch late. Yeah, we're a touch slow, and those touch fouls are going to be called all the time. If you're playing aggressive, that's one thing, but if you're late to the party, it's another.
It is.
So this will be Jared Moore at the line. He makes good on that one.
Yeah, the Bombers are going to have to adjust here defensively. 2 guys with 2 and creeping up there towards almost 18 fouls already.
Moore will go to the line for the second one. He made good on the first, so it's 14-13, the Tigers lead. Second one's good. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 15-13, the Carroll Tigers with the lead.
So we're back in some zone here from Carroll.
A little bit of a matchup here as we put Parker Miller down there.
Nice move by Parker.
Good rebound. Oh, boy. And Jackson Brown goes up high and down hard, but he's okay. Talked to his dad. He said he doesn't even bruise, which is wild, because I wouldn't have got up for a week from that one, Todd Father.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
Wowzers.
Yeah. He got up.
Yes, he did. He
JB.
looked like the former slam dunk champion, Kenny Skywalker. And speaking of slam dunk, how about a 3-point shootout here as Caden Aguinall.
That's Caden Aguinall's version of a slam dunk.
Yes, it is, and I like it. Making like Craig Hodges back in the Bulls days in the early 90s.
You're right.
There you go. That's a good take there from Tassel. And now we've got a timeout from Coach Jeff Schertz. And he gives them a tongue lashing if there is one to be had from Coach Schertz.
I don't disagree with what he said there.
I completely agree, as that was an uncontested dribble drive right to the hoop. We've given up 17 here in the first quarter, and there's still 1:30 to go. Not the type of defense you want to be playing if you're Coach Schertz and the Bombers.
And especially out of a made basket. You've made 2 threes in a row. We got called with being late to the party on a steal. They get 2 points, and then we just give. I mean, you're just giving up easy shots to really uncontested shots for them.
Between free throws and those easy ones, those are no-nos. And those are the things that Coach Schertz, and a great timeout, honestly, by Coach Schertz, to nip that right in the bud as it happens, because you don't want that to continue. Get your point across, get it across stern, and move on. It'll be Gibson, Aguinall, Miller, Brown, and Bryce Miller. So Parker Miller, Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller, number 1. Parker Miller, number 4. Aguinall, 2. Downtown Jackson Brown, 21. And Jude Gibson, 23. Caden Aguinall now with the left side. Now the entry pass over there to Miller.
Nice
little
footwork.
fancy footwork there. A little dream shake, dream shuffle there. Akeem Olajuwon. Sorry, I stole your thunder, Todd Father. Bombers in the full court pressure. A little token man-to-man look.
Yeah, just, again, keep it in front. Don't foul.
Siebenaller with it. Stone Siebenaller with it out here. And that's more checked by Bryce Miller.
Oh, yes.
Solid defense there on the rotation. Now this is Tassel with it.
Gotta stay here, stay down.
And he's out of bounds. And we got 3
seconds.
seconds on number 14 on Miles Nusbeck. Looked like Tassel almost stepped out of bounds on the baseline, but we've got subs coming here for the Bombers. Looks like Jackson Scott.
I'm going to say Parker's coming out.
Miles Mudd, I would assume it's Parker Miller. I would assume, and Bryce Miller's coming out. So both Millers are out of the game.
Well, I guess it's not Miller time.
It's not Miller time. Oh, spoken like the Todd Father that he is. I like that a lot. It is not Miller time. It's 18-17. Gibson lets it run up the floor, or roll up the floor, I should say. Jude in a little bit of trouble. Cross court to Jackson Scott. He's got it on the perimeter. Now to Aguinall. Aguinall fire a deep 3. That one's off the rim. Ooh, no good.
Good box out.
Yes, it was. Trey Tassel with a really good block out. Bombers putting on a little bit of pressure here. Nusbeck with it. This looks like this is Matt Collison with it. Yep, Mac Collison with it out top. Being checked by Gibson. Shot clock is off. Game clock in at 15 seconds. Siebenaller now over there to Collison. That's Moore with it. Pretty good wall up there by Aguilar, not much you could do. Mudd fires a three, and it's off the back iron, no good, but a good look there. But what a high-scoring first quarter. Really, 19-18, and the Carroll Tigers lead. The Bombers led by 6, but the Tigers have a 1-point lead at the end of 1. And we'll get back to the action here, but I got to read a couple things about these Stealth Athletic Booster members. I'd like to give them a shout-out. Huxley Communications. At Huxley Communications, the only thing faster than our internet is our service. The only provider in the area offering 100% fiber optic service. You can depend on us for your home, work, and school. A partner in your community and your trusted source for the most reliable internet service. We invest heavily in the communities we serve. Year after year, we proudly support the Ballard Community School District and Ballard Athletics, a local member-owned cooperative since 1937. We're the #1 local telecommunications provider for Ballard residents and surrounding communities. Go Bombers. Chick-fil-A and Ames. Chick-fil-A Ames is proud to partner with the Ballard Bombers. Join Chick-fil-A in cheering on Ballard this season. Let's go Bombers. Todd Father, as we get back to the action here shortly, what's the message in the quarter break here to the Bombers?
How can we play defense without fouling? And we have to adjust because they were calling a few touchies. But, you know, I think a few uncharacteristic plays from us on defense. But then, you know, also, Carroll's going to want to get out here soon. Yeah, to stand connected and sorry, I got confused there for a little bit because it was
we had
interesting.
I tell you what, there's some stuff happening out here that's a bit unusual. You don't see all the time, I would say, and there's a touch foul again, called 12 seconds into the second quarter.
Yeah.
That'll be on Caden Aguilar. That'll be his first one. Boy, oh boy. We've got an excellent basketball game going on between the two teams out here on the floor. It's been fun to watch. That's Tassel will fire the three. It's up and no good. Number 23 for us, Jude Gibson will rip it down. He goes and attacks the middle, and now he's going to be called for a travel. He had Miles Mudd in the corner with a penetrating pitch. It's something he can pick up on film and see it. Easy fix there for Jude. The Bombers are in this full court pressure as Easton Ursuline Winden fires back in the game.
Yeah, and right here from King, you just want to make it as difficult as possible. Oh, boy.
That's another touch foul again, so that'll be the second on Aguilar. Once again, folks, a highly contested game going on the floor, and some things are just a bit strange out here right now.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of flow right now.
No, there sure isn't. Number 3, Matt Collison will look to inbounds it here. Here's Siebenaller with it. Good wall up there from Ursuline. Couldn't challenge that one with the 2 fouls. 21-18. The Carroll Tigers lead here. The Bombers are going to have to figure it out in a hurry in the half court. We need to move the basketball as we're dribbling it too much. Would you agree, Todd Father?
Yeah, you know, we're just not in sync right now.
Mudd will fire the corner 3. That one rattles in and out. And Jackson Brown will go up with it again. He can't find the bottom of the net.
Just got to be careful here not to foul. Oh, boy.
Oh, my Lanta, and that is a foul called, and I cannot believe that's going to be on Easton Ursuline, and I'm telling you, folks, that's a travesty. I can't keep it close any longer. Wowzers, as that's the 3rd on Ursuline. Yikes all Friday, as that's a big-time block from Ursuline, but he's called for the foul. And Tassel makes good on that one. So now Parker Miller will check in for Easton Ursuline, and Parker's got 2, and Ursuline will go to the bench with 3.
Yeah, I just think in a situation like this, because every team's been there, right? Where they just they're not in sync, and then things aren't going their way.
Correct. Offensive rebound given up from the Bombers, and the putback's up and good, and everything's going the Tigers' way, and the Bombers got to figure it out in a hurry as the Tigers lead by 5, and this is a battle-tested Carroll Tiger team. That's out of bounds. Blocked by number 4, Jared Moore. Inbounds here. Now this will be Mudd with it. And now we've got an illegal screen. That'll be the third foul on Parker Miller. And that is the third foul. That is the second legal screen called.
I think a timeout would be okay right here. Yeah, just, things aren't going our way right now. And, we just can't panic. And
Can't panic, Todd, but it's 4-0 on the scoreboard. We're down by 6. Second offensive foul call on the screen.
Whew. Yeah, tough pill to
Two of our starters with 3 fouls. So here we go. Buckle up, folks. It's 24-18, and the Bombers are in for a dogfight tonight.
Yeah, we won't see Parker or Ursuline rest of this half.
No, we won't. Should be out of bounds off
wow.
the Tigers, and I guess we'll take that one. And Gibson got his hand in on it. 24-18 shortens the Bombers' bench. Coach Schertz is a little bit beside himself, and I don't blame him one bit. Mudd for 3. It's up and can't find it.
Better get back.
And they rip down the rebound, and here comes Siebenaller and Moore with the finish. Now the Bombers trail by 8, 26-18. I did not see a travel there, Todd. I think that's a Euro step, and I think that we're getting called. We're getting a little bit lost in the sauce here, to say the least. It's 5:53 to go in the second quarter. The Bombers trail by 8.
I think my message would be here. I know that you didn't ask, but I'm going to give it to you.
Yep, I want to hear it.
We're not going to get it all back in one shot.
No, 100%.
We're going to have to string some things together. And right now, we're just not playing as connected as we'd like. Things aren't going our way. So, it's not. What was that game when you could get 8-pointers?
Yeah. That was NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Yeah. We don't have any of those.
We're not allowed to say boom shakalaka on this call.
And quite honestly, there's 6 minutes left in the second quarter. So I would love to see a lot of high fives. And just some connected basketball here.
Absolutely. Connected basketball. That's really well said there, Todd. And just make, get a couple 2 or 3 stops, get a couple layups, get right back in it, cut it to 4, and see what happens here. But there's some adversity that you're going to face. And being the number 1 ranked team in the state, you're going to get everybody's best shot night in, night out. Good scramble there from the Bombers as that one's tipped away.
All right.
That's going to be a foul called on number 4, Jared Moore of the Tigers.
And again,
his second.
I don't know. There's just no flow, right? And there's an advantage there for the Bombers.
We need some flow.
Foul.
But that kind of can get us into a set here, and the Tigers are into this man-to-man. That one's tipped out of bounds. And I will say this, they're doing a nice job walling Jude up at the rim and not going for pump fakes, and they're just kind of knocking it away. So we've got to find something to cure that if you're the Bombers.
Yeah, I think lost in this. Carroll's played really well.
Yes, they have.
They did just beat the number 5 team in the state.
Yeah,
so
and it's no accident that they are here. They're playing great. As far as in this spot. Now we're going to JB will get a little bit of a bailout call there. We'll take that one, I guess, if you're a Bomber fan. I mean, JB with some fancy footwork, I would call it, but he'll go to the line for 2. 26-18, 5:16 to go. Downtown Jackson Brown at the line for 2. He makes good on the first one. It's like Miles Mudd's getting set to check back in here. The second of the pair is good for JB. And Mudd will come in for Jackson. Jackson will probably get a quick one. Bombers in a little token pressure here.
Oh, that was close.
That was real close there.
Good hands by Miles.
Yes, it was. And
some
good wall up there
defensively.
When Miles, not a very good pass there from Mudd. He wishes he had that one back. He knew as soon as he threw it that it was a half a step too late.
Yeah, let's take that defensive stop and let's try to add it right here.
Another rebound by Mudd. He'll look to push the pace with Bryce Miller. Miller looks to play downhill, but now he pulls it back out over here to Jackson Scott, now to Jude Gibson. Gibson gets the ball screen. He'll pull up for a little jumper. It's up and good. That's Jude's game so far this year, that mid-range game. 26-22, 4:20 to go here in the second quarter.
Great decision. Obviously, something that Jude works on a lot.
Good hands there as that's Nuzbeck with it. Now back over here to Collison. Wide open three over here from Siebenaller, and they skipped it over in that zone, and he was wide open. 29-22 as we've got to communicate.
A really great screen by Nuzbeck there.
Shown with it in the corner. Now over here to Bryce Miller. Gibson will fire the three. It's up, and that one's good from Jude Gibson. 29-25.
And sometimes you just need to see one go down.
Absolutely, and that's the thing of a shooter. If you're going to keep shooting, you just got to get somewhere where you're comfortable, and that little pull-up jumper was the comfort zone for Jude.
Oh, boy, that is so close every time.
Yes, it is. Siebenaller will try another one, and he'll knock it again as Siebenaller is feeling some kind of way. Oh, and now he calls Jude for stepping over the line on the inbounds play.
And Jude needs to be careful here, too.
Yes, he does. I will tell you what, if this is officiating 101, we have every rule in the book out here tonight. And if it's an infraction, it's an infraction, and they are being called. So kudos to these guys out here in the stripes. It's not an easy job.
No, it's not.
They haven't missed very many. It's 32-25. That'll be an illegal screen called on number 3, Matt Collison.
I'm starting to wonder, though, because, I mean, on that screen right there, and that's basketball.
Yes, it is.
Just because the guy goes around doesn't mean it's an illegal screen. And clearly, I'm here cheering on the Bombers.
Yeah,
but that has been called in the girls' game, the boys' game.
That's the 6th time we've seen it called tonight.
Every game.
Yep. It's the 6th illegal screen we've seen called in both games tonight, which is not one that's on your bingo card that heavy.
Right.
You may see it a little bit every once in a while.
Good strong
Mudd
take
with a good
Miles.
take there from Miles, and he finds the bottom of the net, kisses it nicely off the glass, and rolls in. And 32-27, Bombers trail by 5.
Oh.
Good anticipation there from Mudd. Good wall up there. It'll be out of bounds. Good wall up there from Jackson Scott to not commit the foul, as you talked about walling up. Really well done. The pace is starting to kind of matriculate in the Bombers the way they want to play. We've got to make shots and get to force the tempo here a little bit. Brown has it on the right wing. He looks to drive. He floats one in there. It's up and no good. Mudd can't find it on the rebound.
Good hustle
he saves
by Miles,
it.
Mudd.
Oh. Skip pass over to JB in the corner. He kicks it out to Schoen. Schoen will fire the three. It's up and no good.
Good rebound.
Mudd again with another tip out. But now it's a foot race the other end. But it was a good decision there by number 20, Carter Essick. Malinsky in the corner for three and a big one as the Carroll Tigers are shooting a very high percentage from the three-point line as two Bombers get ready to check in. And just one, it's Bryce Miller. Gibson with a pull-up jumper. That one can't go down. Rebound by the Tigers as they look to extend the lead. They're up 8 now. Look to take it to double digits. And he traveled twice on that one, did Siebenaller, and he caught him on the second one. Bryce Miller will check into the game along with Caden Aguinaldo.
Probably the right idea there for Stone. He's hit a couple threes. They're going to kind of flow out at you, but just didn't have his feet set.
35-27, less than 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Here, Ballard Bombers trail by 8. Started out the game in a flurry, but have since cooled off. Gibson will catch it. Little floater from Jude. He can't find it. It'll be a foul on number 20, Jackson Scott, as that'll be a shooting foul now, I believe. It'll be 2 shots coming here for the Carroll Tigers as they've been living on the free throw line in this first half. 1:37 to go. It's 35-27. The Carroll Tigers lead by 8. They look to stretch it to 10. And this is the thing that the Bombers have to figure out when it is called tightly and you get in foul trouble, how do you adjust and what does that look like? We haven't made some buckets. We've given up some easy ones, and it's a formula for success if you're the Carroll Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, the strength of our team is our defense, but it can also be an Achilles heel. Carroll's taking full advantage right now.
Yes, they are, and that's another offensive rebound on a free throw, and the Bombers are getting out-efforted as well tonight, folks, so let's not sugarcoat that. Aguinaldo looks at the three, turns it down, gets it to Gibson on the right wing. Miller was looking for the skip. Jackson Scott's got him sealed, had him sealed earlier. Good find and good hands in there. That was Malinsky on the takeaway to Scott. 38-27. The Tigers have it. Malinsky will fire a three. It was tipped, but good rebound and play there by Essick. Siebenaler for three, and they're shooting an outstanding percentage from the three-point line. Are the Carroll Tigers, as they've got 41 points. It's 41-27. The Carroll Tigers lead in this one. Siebenaler strips it away. Brown will take the three. That one's short. A little short off the front rim. JB will track down his own rebound. Gibson will shoot and make it for two.
The Bombers needed that one.
Yes, they did to get off the schneid as they trail 41-29.
Carroll is playing with absolute confidence.
Yes, they are. Everything that they're shooting from distance has gone in here with the exception of two in this half. Siebenaler with it. They'll hold for one as he'll be checked by Miller. The Bombers need to be careful, and that'll be a foul on Bryce Miller.
And Bryce has got to be careful there, too.
Yes, he does. And it's being called very tightly out there. Bottom line, Todd, that, I mean, you can call a spade,
yeah.
But it is what it is, and we've got to be better and smarter about it because here we are at the free throw line between free throws and three-pointers made. The Tigers are living on those two lines tonight.
Absolutely.
And it's the difference in the ball game. And the three-pointers made, they've made, I think, 5 or 6, and they've been as pure as rain.
Yes.
And you said it, the Tigers are playing with the utmost confidence as they've got 41 in the first half against a team that you mentioned prides themselves on their defense. Make that 42. 42-29. 16 to go in the first half. Gibson has it.
Let's see what the Bombers have here. We probably got to go here.
Now 8 to go. Gibson a little bit late with it here on the screen. Now he finds JB. He'll attack it off the glass, and that one's no good.
Be careful.
At the end of the first half, it's the Carroll Tigers 42, the Ballard Bombers 29. A lot to be desired in the first half if you're a Bomber fan and you're at home watching or in the crowd here tonight. The Carroll Tigers, hats off to these kids because they came in here fearless, weathered an early storm at 8-2, and kind of took punch after punch. And you mentioned it, Todd, early on, Coach Randy Beeson. They didn't get out of what they like to do, and here we are as they lead by 13 at the end of the first.
Yeah, they didn't look calm on those first 3 possessions, but boy, they sure settled down.
Yes, they did. We got to take our headsets off so you can check out the dance team here, folks. Okay, folks, getting ready here at the hangar for the start of the second half. If you're just tuning in here at halftime, it's 42-29, but maybe not the way you thought it would be, as the Carroll Tigers lead the Ballard Bombers 42-29. So the Bombers have some work to do this half, Todd Father, and it's in them, but we got to fix some things in a hurry.
Yes, we just again, I keep calling it connected basketball, but it's all phases. It's literally running the right sets, moving with purpose, being connected on defense. Got some good flow here starting in the second half.
I mean, we do have some good motion.
It's probably the most motion we've seen here this game.
Yeah, it is. I like that. It kind of got the ball out of our hands, and some of that set stuff's really good stuff if you can get it to go, because it takes some of the thought out of it for our guys. This is Gibson with it. Now he finds Ursland.
Oh, good rebound. Couple of nice rebounds. Nice job.
Yes, it was. Good job by JB. Jackson Brown and Easton Ursland.
And we didn't have Ursland and PK much in that first half because of foul trouble.
Yep.
We just got to be smarter.
100%. That'll be the fourth one there on Jared Moore. On the no. Check that. That'll be the first one on Noah Hinners, excuse me. Correction on that one.
Okay.
So, two team fouls here to start. 7:37, just a little over 20 seconds into the third quarter. Miles Mudd will pump the three. It's off the iron, no good. Mudd can't find that one. It's 42-29 still. 30 seconds in here to the third quarter. This will be Siebenaller with it. Now over here, that's Moore. Good find there as he finds Hinners wide open under the basket, and it's a 15-point Carroll Tiger lead. Gibson had it. Now he kicks it out to Miller. Parker's got to be careful. He got hit in the eye there, did Parker Miller.
Yep.
And it wasn't called, but Parker, you could tell a little bit of an adjustment. That was a double dribble there as he caught it with two hands, bounced it. Now up ahead here to Jude Gibson. Little inside-out dribble, and that one will be blocked away by Noah Hinners. Hinners with a big block there on Gibson. As the student section, looks like the JV team from Carroll's shown up and shown out over here. Giving it kind of back to the Bombers. It'll be a foul on Stone Siebenaller. Oh no, so it was on Siebenaller, or was it on Moore? Well, that'll be on Moore. That'll be his fourth. Well, I guess on Jared Moore, and he wasn't even in the play. That should have been on Siebenaller. I'm quite certain that should have been on Stone Siebenaller. There may be an adjustment coming here. And they will leave it on Moore, but I believe it was, I'm quite certain, folks, it was on Stone Siebenaller. He was guarding the ball on Jude Gibson.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit more of a conversation here at the table. Just want to notice one of the coaching legends, Coach Stribe over there. He coached the Carroll program for a long
I think
time.
there was an adjustment made. It was on number 2, Siebenaller. Good, that's good communication.
That's
good
the
job
right
by
call.
the scores table there. And Gibson will be called for the travel. Another turnover on the Bombers as they doubled that post, and we've got to see it coming from a mile away, and we didn't. And it looks like we're
getting rid of fans.
We're getting rid of fans. Okay, here we go. Back to the action.
Deep breath.
This is Matt Collison with it here. Bombers trail by 15. That's Talley with it. That one's tipped away by Gibson. He's going to have to hustle to run that one down, and he does with that speed that we've seen on the football field. And Gibson gets that
Good
one.
hustle.
Good hustle there by Jude Gibson. 44-31, just what the doctor ordered for the Bombers was a turnover and a layup. This will be Collison checked to the full court here by JB Jackson Brown.
Yeah, the Bombers are going to have to put some defensive possessions together here, a string of them. to get back in this game.
Absolutely they are. Siebenaller with it. Good wall up there from Ursuline. Now we're going to have a foul called. It'll be 2 shots. Big Gibson with the foul with the reach in. He makes good on that one, does Carter Essick.
Carroll comes into the game shooting 65% from free throw.
Yeah, which is in this day and age.
Well, I guess it's 61 on this season. They've shot it really well from the free throw line. I know they're over 60.
Yep, they have. They're towing that 70% mark as Bombers trail again by 15, 46-31. Find it over here. Now Parker Miller finds in the dribble drive. He floats it. It's no good. Ursuline gets it on the rebound, and he gets pushed. No call. Off balance there, but he finds it back. And now we've got a blocking call, and that'll be 2 shots impending here for Easton Ursuline.
Nice job by the Bombers not giving up on that play. 2, 3 offensive rebounds. Like to see one go down.
Yeah, so would I. Instead of getting 2 or 3, just make it on the second attempt, right? Or the first one. Easton Ursuline Wind and Fire gets that one, so now it's 46-32. Parker Miller will check out. Parker just seems a little bit out of sorts tonight. He missed that opening layup, and he's just doesn't really seem to be himself.
I think I've said the word flow a lot tonight as well, but you know, obviously with the foul trouble, just hasn't been
and that's
in a spot to get comfortable.
For sure. There's something to that as well. So now it's Ursuline, Gibson, Schoen, Mudd, and Bryce Miller. As Schoen hustles for that one to no avail. Ursuline will run him down the sideline. He'll keep Siebenaller over here. Stone Siebenaller has it on the dribble. That's Collison with it out top. This will be Trey Tassel with it. And we got 3 seconds on, looks either number 14, Miles Nusbeck, or number 20, Carter Essick. And Jared Moore will check in. He'll check in for Carter Essick. Moore, the 6'5 junior, will check in for the 6'1 senior, Carter Essick. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Bombers trail by 13, 46-33 is the Carroll Tigers lead. Gibson with it on the right side. He looks to back down. That ball is kicked on a backdoor cut from Ursuline. It was a little late was that one from Jude, but be Bomber basketball underneath. 22 on the shot clock, 4:51 on the game clock.
I'd love to see us continue running that motion we've been running, getting that ball moving here. Just gets the defense out of sorts and get those offensive rebounds.
I believe on the kick ball, if it's over 20, it stays. If it's under 20, it goes back to 20. I believe that is the rule. Have to double check it. Ursuline has it now. Now he up over here to Mudd. Mudd over to Miller. Bryce Miller will fire that 3. It's up and good. That was pure as rain. He looked like his Uncle Todd on that.
I don't know about that.
46-36.
He's got a lot of work to do. No, I'm just kidding.
Spoken like a true uncle. This is Siebenaller in the corner. It's up and it's no good. As Ursuline rises for the rebound. And this will be a reach-in foul be called on number 3, Matt Collison, and Jude Gibson will go to the line for 2, and a good poke away and fine there from Schoen.
Yeah, just active hands by Dylan as always.
I believe that's 5 fouls, so that should be 2 shots impending here for the Bombers. That's 5 team fouls, so there will be 2 shots impending here for the Bombers.
Yep. Yeah, the only way that wouldn't be right is if that was our offensive
foul. Correct, that is correct. Yep.
How about a double foul?
Double foul, I don't believe there's any shots.
Right.
No, I think that becomes a possible jump ball, I believe.
Change of possession? Or is it point of interruption?
Well, if it's point of interruption, I believe that it would stay as Gibson misses that first one. So, yeah, maybe.
Boy, I got to get out the rule.
Yeah, now you're really quizzing me,
Did I tell you it was an official at one point? I just hope these situations never came up.
I don't know if I believe you or not. I did. It's hard to believe. I did. Just kidding. Gibson makes good on the second one. 46-37. Bombers trail here as Gibson will get a break. So Parker Miller is on the floor. Dylan Schoen, Bryce Miller, Caden Aganaw, and downtown Jackson Brown. For the Carroll Tigers, it looks like it's Stone Siebenthaler, Jared Moore, and Trey Tassel,
Double
Malinsky.
dribble. That is a double dribble, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it was, and it was missed on that one. Now this is Moore with it. Now that's that back screen. Siebenthaler will fire the three, and it's up and good, and that is a huge possession that never should have taken place for the Carroll Tigers.
And the reason it was is when he went to possess the ball, he actually dribbled it instead of picking it up and then dribbling it.
Aguinaldo has his feet set in the corner. It's no good, but good rebound there from Caden. And it'll be taken away down there by Malinsky. Blake Malinsky takes it away. It'll get over here to Siebenthaler. Stone Siebenthaler's had a really nice game for the Carroll Tigers tonight. He's got 19. That one's tipped away by Parker Miller. The Bombers trail by 12. It's 49-37.
Yeah, the Bombers cut it to 9 there after being down 15, and that was a big possession.
Yes, it was. That was a huge possession if you want to know the honest truth, because it stopped and you get a bucket, it cuts it to 7. Now it's 13. Almost double this up there. Siebenthaler has it. Good on the ball defense there from Bryce Miller. This is Tassel with it as he goes by. Good. Oh, and that's an and one call there. Holy smokes. Good finish there from Trey Tassel. He'll be going to the line for an and one.
That Trey is left-handed.
Yeah. He's been attacking
downhill.
Downhill with it all the time. So Brown will check out. Miller will check out. Aguinaldo will check out. And now Urslin's back in. Mudd, Schoen, Gibson, and P.K. Miller. For the Carroll Tigers, it's Stone Siebenthaler, Blake Malinsky, Trey Tassel, Noah Henners, and Miles Nusbeck. Bombers trail by 15, under 4 to go in the third. They got to get something going here if they want to try to win this game. Decent find underneath. And we've got a foul called on number 24, Blake Malinsky, I believe. And Parker Miller will go to the line for 2. Miller will go to the line, PK for 2, and he misses that first one. And this has been the Bombers' Achilles heel here, as I believe we come in. It says we're at about 65%, but we really struggled in the ADM game on the line over at their place, and we struggled a little bit here tonight. You'd like to be at that 70% clip is where you'd be, and Parker misses both of those. And we've got an and one call as Parker Miller makes up for his mistake, and now he'll get another free throw coming as Noah Henners tried to draw the charge to no avail.
The only thing the Bombers can continue to do is to play hard.
100%. A lackadaisical effort is not going to get you back in the game. And if you're Coach Schertz and Coach Tron Scott say, hey, it is not going our way, but that is nothing you can control.
Right.
Your attitude and your effort are the two things that you can control.
And we've seen it all season. The Bombers have had spurts of really great basketball that have flipped the game around.
P.K. Miller will get that one to go, and it looks like Jackson Brown will check in for P.K. 52-40. Yeah, the Bombers' spurtability is sometimes off the charts.
Yep.
As Tassel has that one, he's guarded by Schoen and Urslin. And that's a good trap over there. And we've got a timeout down here called by Coach Randy Beeson. Now this is where the question lies. Does it reset on the timeout on the 10-second call?
Timeout, Tigers. 30-second timeout.
I think it
I believe that it does.
Especially in high school ball.
Yep. I believe that is correct. But it's funny that we've mentioned it a couple times tonight. And
this should be the time we probably get to it.
Right.
Since the ball is so deep there in the corner. But it has been effort plays like that and defensive plays like that have turned the tide for us in about every game that I've called.
Yes.
And so that is our identity, if you'd ask me, is those types of plays, because it really gets us playing connected, great team basketball.
And our guys feed off of it.
Absolutely.
Our team feeds off of it. Our fans feed off of it. It's that thing that it just builds and builds and builds, and you want to blow the roof off of it. But you have to play with that tenacity.
It does
and
reset.
It does reset, as we've confirmed that. So now we know. The question is answered that we were all wondering about. This is Malinsky out here being checked by Gibson. Less than 3 to go in the third.
Just stay solid here. You got 10 on the clock.
Well, we've got a push foul called there on Miles Mudd. And now we'll reset that shot clock. I believe we'll go back to 35 seconds. And it will, and that's such a big foul with the shot clock underneath 10. Effort play there from Miles. Was hoping for the jump ball. Would have stayed with the Tigers, but now it looks like Matt Collison will check back in. Jared Moore will check in. Malinsky and Tassel will check out. So it's Collison, Moore, Siebenaler, Hinners, and Nuzbeck. This is Nuzbeck with it on the right side. This is Moore. Now it's cross court to Siebenaler. He fires a three, and it's no good. And Miles Mudd rips down the rebound, and he looks to push with the dribble.
The Siebenaler hasn't missed many of those looks. Nice
He
push
has
and
not.
find.
Really good push there from the glue guy, Elmer himself, Miles Mudd. 42-52, the Bombers trail as Miller tries to get in front of Siebenaler, and he does. Nuzbeck with it in the corner. He's checked by Mudd. Good help there from Gibson. He knocks it out of bounds. Not sure why the shot clock reset is. We're going to have to take a look, and it'll be... Boy, I don't know what just happened there, folks, but this is something quite uncertain. It looks like we've got a technical foul on Miles Mudd. Maybe the most mild-mannered
I think we've got double techs.
We've got a double technical foul
on Hughesbeck and Miles Mudd.
So now it will stay. This goes to our point now. We've got a double foul, but it will go to our point.
Point of interruption. Yeah.
Point of interruption. So it will stay Carroll ball. 52-42, so double technical foul. So what that means, folks, it goes down in the book as a personal foul, and one more for either player, and they are ejected from the game. Yes, and a team foul. Siebenaler with a big-time play. As Stone Siebenaler has played with some major stones tonight, I will tell you that. Yes, he does. 54-42, the Bombers trail. Gibson kicks it out. Ursulin with a baseline jumper. It's no good. He spun and couldn't find it. Now there's 5 team fouls that have been on the Tigers. Now there's 4 on the Bombers with that technical called on Mudd. So less than 2 to go. 12-point lead for the Carroll Tigers as it's kind of been the Stone Siebenaler show here for the Tigers tonight. That's Tassel with it. He's trapped up top. We've got a jump ball called, and it'll stay with the Carroll Tigers. Nice trap there from Ursulin, Wind and Fire, and Miles Mudd. I believe Coach Schertz is asking on the technical foul, does it go to a jump ball possession? And it does not, so I believe that it's point of interruption. A lot of our questions are being answered right now, Todd Father. At least they are pertinent questions.
Okay.
We did have 6 guys on the floor as we were late to get off. Could have been a technical foul on the Bombers for sure there. This is Moore with it.
Nice ball.
Hinners, now it's to Siebenaler. That
Good
one's
shot.
up and nothing but the bottom of the net for Stone Siebenaler, and he's having the game of his life right now. Is Siebenaler as the Tigers lead by 15. 57-42. Ursulin comes back with a 3.
That's a big answer.
Yes, it was. That one needed to go down for the Bombers. Siebenaler with a little bit of a shove there, and there's Schoen with a good hustle play. And now it's going to be off of the Bombers. Well, wait a minute. Now what are we calling here? I'm not sure if it's off the Bombers or if it is off of the Tigers, and we'll take it on a good hustle play there from the Bombers.
Yeah, maybe just awarding maybe bodies on the floor.
Awarding the hustle play as we've got some subs checking in here. It'll be Carter Essick. And Miles Nuzbeck will check in here as Jared Moore and Matt Collison will sub out for the Tigers. 56.6 to go. Bombers trail by 12. It's Parker Miller, Bryce Miller, Easton Ursuline, Wind and Fire, Downtown Jackson Brown, and Dylan Schoen. Schoen on the dribble drive. He finds Miller on the perimeter. Parker looks to drive. He finds Ursuline on the wing. Now there's Bryce Miller. He'll step back three. It's up and nothing but rim and in and out. That's his third of the game. He's 3 for 3. It's a 9-point game, and what a big-time shot from the sophomore number 1, Bryce Miller.
I didn't know he had a step back in his game.
I didn't either, but I'm glad I just saw it there as Downtown Jackson Brown. Now
big
it's
possession
Siebenthaler being dogged
here.
out here by Schoen.
Just don't want to foul and let him out of this, guys.
This is Tassel with it. No
He's
shot
left-handed.
clock. He is still left-handed, says the Todd father. Oh, and that's a foul on Dylan Schoen, and he shouldn't have done that, and Dylan knows it. This is kind of becoming a breath mint special, Todd. If you know where I'm going with that one, or maybe your favorite game
Yeah.
when you were a child.
Yeah, I get you.
It rhymes with those Christmas knickknacks, but Siebenthaler makes good on that one. Mudd will check in along with Jude Gibson. Schoen will check out along with P.K. Miller as Siebenthaler gives him a double-digit lead with his 25th point of the night, with one more coming here for the senior guard for the Tigers and make it 26. He's got 26 of their 59. This Stone Siebenthaler. Miller in the corner for three. It's up and no good, and we couldn't get the rebound. First miss, but a good set there from the Bombers. Well, Todd Father, we're in for a treat here of a finish. As it's 59-48, the Carroll Tigers lead going into the fourth quarter, and it has been the all Stone Siebenthaler show here for the Carroll Tigers. Like I mentioned, he's got 26 of their 59.
I mean, the Bombers are definitely going to have to not help off of him.
100%.
Yeah, and we have. He's had lots of good looks. Honestly, he had a great look, and he missed one.
He missed one, which was a surprise, agreed.
But he hasn't missed a lot. So, obviously, he's had a nice cast of guys helping him, too, and making plays when he hasn't. But obviously, when you're down 11, you got 8 to play.
Yep. You can't score it all in the first possession.
No, you just got to keep chipping away. A goal here, in my mind, would be at 6 minutes, hey, let's have it to 7.
Sure. Chunk up the game as much as you can as far as segments is with which you want to play. And folks, I will tell you, Siebenthaler is leading them in points, but they've had some outstanding effort plays across the board from this whole Carroll Tiger team. They came in here and took a big body blow to start this one and did not back down.
No.
That's a credit to Coach Randy Beeson and his Carroll Tigers and this program. The Carroll Tigers lead the overall series since 2007, 22-11. So it's not like they don't know how to win in this place. Coach Beeson's been here a lot. So hats off to this Tigers team, because tough place to come in and win against the number 1 team in 3A basketball.
Absolutely. They've done a great job.
Ursuline can't get that one to go. Wow, and no call on that one. A lot of contact, as we've seen it being called all night long, but now maybe let us play here in the fourth, which is a good thing for the Bombers. Aggressive defense is what we need to do, as Siebenthaler has it. And that's tipped from behind and blocked away by Mudd.
Great effort by Mudd, because he was beat.
Downtown Jackson Brown for three. We need it to go, and that's no good. He was short on that one, was JB. Siebenthaler has it. He'll be checked by Bryce Miller. Big assignment here for Bryce. Ball screen again. That's an illegal by Henners. And it's the 7th or 8th illegal screen we've had called tonight. If there's one thing that we've known, you cannot set an illegal screen.
No.
And that was the right call.
I would actually agree with you. And I don't like illegal screens.
I don't either. But they can change the course of the game in all of mankind if they are called.
I would say it was a pretty good screen initially until he
rolled. And we saw it earlier, and there's been some absolutely right calls made tonight on those illegal screens, without a doubt. Gibson will pull up for three, and he'll bottom it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. He tickles the twine.
He's got to be smart here.
59-51. The Bombers are trying to claw their way back in this against the Tigers. Be smart here if you're Jude. Now we've got a coach and a timeout from Coach Randy Beeson. There was actually no possession there. We're not really sure how he can call a timeout there with no possession. It was an unbelievably great timeout call from Coach Beeson, as it's 59-51, less than 2 to go, and things are getting heated here in the hangar.
I like it.
So
you know, the
I.
question lies, though, does it reset on the – I'm just teasing.
We've already broached this, but I will say I do not believe, I know the rule is you cannot call a timeout when there is a loose ball.
Yeah, I get
that
it,
is for sure.
I'm just kidding.
We have absolutely the Todd father. That's why he's the best in the business, folks. He brings it full circle. We've got Dan Maui Sunsets Inksler, Todd the Todd Father Miller, and Timmy Trumpets Davis on the call from the hangar. And it's an 8-point game with 6:58 to go. The Carroll Tigers have it. This will be Matt Collison with it. Jared Moore's on the floor along, and Stone Siebenaller is out of the game here for the Tigers as he's catching a breath. Well-deserved, to say the least. This is Max Nuzbeck on it.
Nice.
And he
nice
kicks
double.
it around. Great double team as Mud has it. Now to Urson.
And that was a planned double, just
yes,
so we're on the same page.
Yes, it was. Gibson has it in the corner. Now Jude, little pump fake jab underneath to JB. Can't find it, but Urson's there. But a big rebound from Easton Urson with the fire. Now the Bombers trail by 6, and the pressure's cooking in here in the hangar.
Off and stay down.
Nuzbeck is here. Now that's Moore, and Collison's there. Coach Schertz is yelling for more traps, and it's not there. Gibson sits down in a great stance. He looks like Miyagi off of the Karate Kid. Good cut there from Tassel. Another good dig from the Bombers. It'll be out on the Bombers. And the action has gotten hot and heavy in here, folks.
And if you're the Bombers, you just, on those traps, you got to hold your ground and not get your hands too much in the kitchen.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Get caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah,
and
that's been called all night.
Yep.
And it's gonna continue
for sure. And that's sometimes you can call that a little bit of a lazy. Sometimes it's aggressive and there's a borderline, right? You gotta toe the line there. Couldn't agree any more with you there, Todd Father. Noah Hinders with another big screen. And what's happening on the Noah Hinders screen is he's setting it, and he's not staying set, and he's rolling into it. Right. And they've been consistent with it all night long. I will be completely honest with you. It's not my favorite thing, folks, but it has been consistent all night long.
Just so we're on the same page, goal 1 hit for Todd. We're under 7 with 6 to play.
Spoken like a true gentleman of the game. This is JB downtown. Jackson Brown finds nothing but the bottom of the net. He tickles the twine on that one, and Coach Randy Beeson gets a timeout as the Carroll Tigers lead has been cut to 3 with just under 6 to go, and the Todd father put it on the board. Yes, for the Todd father, he said cut it to about 7. We did you 1 better or 2, and we got her to 3. Now, talk to me if you're in the Carroll huddle right now and you're Coach Randy Beeson.
Well, clearly you got to settle your heart rate down just a smidge.
Sure.
They've done they've been here before already in this game, where they, took a counter punch, and now you're drawing up a great set, getting yourself an easy look, probably your best one you got.
Yep.
And hopefully you get an easy look at the hoop.
And if you're the Bombers,
you
got to know where Stone Siebenaller is at all times if he's back on the floor, which I can't believe he won't be here for this final 6.
I think if you're the Bombers, you just can't kill your momentum by fouling.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Just, can you sit down? Can you defend? Can you talk to one another, call out screens, and finish with a rebound?
Correct.
I mean, I think the flow plays in our favor when we can play continuous.
So it was a made 3 from downtown Jackson Brown, so they can run the baseline. The Carroll Tigers have 2 timeouts. The Ballard Bombers with 3 as it's 5:52 to go. The Tigers lead 59-56. Bombers in full court pressure here with Tassel with it.
That was a set as well.
Now this is Collison to Hinders, and he overthrows him, and it's a turnover on the Tigers. And the Bombers have turned up the pressure in this one. It's almost like the Tigers have one foot in the frying pan and the other in the pressure cooker here at top.
You're something.
Well, we're trying it out. We're throwing all the gasoline on the fire we can on this cold January night at the hangar, but it's nothing but cold.
Yep.
Anything but cold in here, as it's hot as can be.
Chin here.
Rush for the back screen. A little down screen, and now here's Ursuline for three. Easton, Ursuline, wind and fire, and he makes the three to tie the game. Does the junior. Foul trouble early. He says no matter, no big deal.
2 huge threes.
Matt Collison here as the game is tied 59. The Bomber fans are on their feet.
Don't foul.
Tassel now to the corner to Stone. Siebenaller now off to Moore. Now back to Siebenaller. Henners has it. 16 on the shot clock. Yeah, approaching the 5-minute mark here in the fourth quarter, folks. Siebenaller being checked by Jackson Brown, and he gets him on the touch foul. Oh, and that's a big foul, and not for the team foul, but just resetting that shot clock, and you mentioned it in the timeout, Todd. You did an excellent job.
Well, I feel like, you know, we've gotten them down to 15 seconds, 10 seconds on the shot clock a few times and just had some, quite honestly.
Just some bonehead plays. Some bonehead fouls, and I think Coach Schertz would say the same thing, and those guys that committed them would say, well, that's not a very smart foul. And we've got some high basketball IQ guys. Another good hand job there by Gibson. He knocks it away. Well done. Slid that one right in there, and now it is for Miles Mudd. Mudd has it as the Bombers look to take their first lead since the first quarter of this one. As Miller has it. Good composure here from the Bombers, trying to get something good in the half court. Gibson with a little floater. It's off and no good. As a good block out there.
That's a good look
from Moore. A real good look there from Gibson. 4:30 to go. Approaching that mark. His Schoen is there. Tries to get for the jump ball to no avail. Siebenaller on. Now it's a jump ball, and that's an excellent job by the Bombers on that dig on the basketball. Talk to us about what a dig is, if you would, Todd Father.
Well, a dig would be is when you're coming down and you're helping, and that ball's kind of by you, and you come down and you help your defender as they're walling up.
Sure.
But then you're getting your hands right on that basketball.
You see it on the drive. You see it a lot on the post entry stuff, trying to dig in there. No worries, do it all here for you. Todd Father found his keys. That'd have been interesting later, but now a good set here as Tassel comes out the elevator and he slips it.
Nice help.
A really good help there from Parker Miller. No relation to Bryce Miller. And that's that's a rundown block, and that's a foul called. And oh my Lanta, the Bombers are losing their mind, and good job by P.K. Miller to control Miles Mudd. Excellent job. He'll go to the line for two. This will be Matt Collison at the free throw line. That'll be the fourth foul on Easton, Ursuline, Wind and Fire. And Coach Schertz is looking for an explanation. I don't know if he's loving what he's getting, but he's saying, I
don't know if he was necessarily looking for an explanation, but the ref gave him one.
Just a conversation, maybe. Nice little sidebar. That's okay. As they say in the NBA, quoted and coined by Rasheed Wallace, the ball don't lie, as Collison misses the first one. And the second one, and an offensive rebound there.
At least their third or fourth offensive rebound.
Yes, it is, and they've killed us on the offensive glass off a rebound. Mudd on Siebenaller. Miles has got to be close and careful here. So does Parker Miller. Good wall up there from Easton Ursuline.
Got to finish it.
And that's a jump ball to go to the Bombers' way, and we'll take it. It's 59-59.
That was a clinic wall up.
Yes, it was.
And vertical. We call that verticality.
The rule of verticality. That's what it's called in the rule book,
world.
in the officiating book. Thank you.
It's actually one you could really use as a coach.
Former official, the Todd Father. Yeah. Rule of verticality.
Because I can't deny that.
JB with it. Now out to down to Miller. Down to Miller again.
PK going to work.
A little baby hook. It's off and no good. And that'll be the second opportunity the Bombers have had to take the lead, and they can't do it. And Henners has got to be careful again that he doesn't pick up another chintzy one. And he doesn't. Now to be Stone Siebenaller. He'll be checked by Gibson. Back over here to Matt Collison. Collison checked out there by downtown Jackson Brown as he goes by him. Now Tassel with a pump fake. Now out here to Collison. He'll fire a three. It's
beautiful
up and nothing but the bottom of the net. And what a huge play from Trey Tassel.
Yeah, very confident stroke there.
Yes, it was, and well executed there by Tassel. Gibson fires the three. It's up and in, but they're going to say that it hit the stanchion and it won't go down. It doesn't count. It did, so it's out of bounds. Dylan Schoen will check in. Bryce Miller will check in. So it'll be Bryce Miller, Jude Gibson, Dylan Schoen, P.K. Miller, and Jackson Brown for the Bombers. Another set play here. Now Henners has it. Now in the backcourt, here's Moore with it. And Miller's got to get on his horse to get in front, and we turn him over, just what we wanted to do there if you're a Bombers fan. 62-59, the Bombers trail. As P.K. Miller thinks better of it. Now he's got Gibson. Gibson will get us reset in the offense here and look for that little flare for JB. Gibson with Siebenaller on him. It'll be a hand check foul called on Stone Siebenaller. We'll see how many that is on Stone. I don't have it up here with me. It's second on Stone as Gibson looks to tie his shoe.
Yeah, no, on that last defensive possession for the Bombers, I'm not sure what Carroll player was that was pushing it, but nice job by Bryce by just using his speed.
Yeah.
And just staying right on his hip.
Yep, just right on his hip and not fouling.
Yeah, it just becomes annoying as a ball handler there.
And just get in front and make a basketball play. Gibson with it down on the block. He finds Mudd out here on the side. Now it's PK Miller on the baseline drive out top to Jackson Brown. It's intercepted by Matt Collison. Collison goes in for the layup as the Carroll Tigers take a 5-point lead, and we wish we had that one back. There's a turnover. Now it's 64-59. The Bombers have battled all the way back in this one. Had it tied, had multiple looks, and couldn't take the lead. But this Randy Beeson coach Carroll Tiger team does not back down.
Great response from the Tigers. Ballard did get a couple nice looks at the hoop to try to take the lead, but Carroll made a huge three, and obviously that steal and a turnover is just so big in a game like this.
100% it is. As tensions are high, you can cut it with a knife in here, and it wouldn't even need to be a really sharp one. So as we get to the timeout here with your coach Shirts, you got to get a play. You got to get something. Probably trying to go to the basket here. Like I said, some of our guys were just a little off. PK Miller's only got 9, had some really good looks. You know, Urslin's got 10. He hit a big 3. Gibson's got 17. But downtown Jackson Brown's been a little quiet outside of that 3 and a couple of buckets. So,
yeah, I think I'd like to see us still go here a little inside out because even when we've gone inside, we've gotten some offensive rebounds and some easy putbacks there. But, yeah, we definitely have to have some movement, and they're looking for us to drive down the middle lane.
For sure. 2 timeouts left for both teams. 2:16 to go. 27 seconds on the shot clock here. The Bombers trail by 5. 64-59 is the Carroll Tiger lead. And this Carroll Tiger team has come in here and ready to fight. And they have all night, and it has been outstanding basketball by that Tiger team. As Coach Randy Beeson is imploring his team to get a stop on the defensive side as we take it. That's Miles Mudd for 3, and it's too hard off the back iron. And that's a good hustle play there by Jude Gibson. And Mudd will go in, and he can't get the layup to go, and he misses that one, does Mudd. Now we got to stay in it, and now it'll be a touch foul on Gibson. That'll be the 3rd team foul as now we're subbing offense and defense, and Miles had a couple of good looks there, just couldn't get him to go down. The Bombers have a lot of guys on the floor here, too many to count.
Bombers got to be careful here of something quick deep for an easy bucket.
This will be Collison with it. He'll be dogged out there by Bryce Miller. Don't put it too much in front of Bryce, and Bryce gets beat on the drive, and now good hands there by Miles Mudd.
Smart here.
He'll bring it up here. Now he settles it down to PK Miller. 1:40 to go. Parker Miller with a big time finish.
A lot of body,
61. Yes, it was. Could have been a foul called, no avail. Collison with it.
Smart here. Hands off and move your feet.
Spoken like a
true coach. There it is.
We got him turned over again.
Oh,
a foul by Parker Miller. Try to get the and one. Good take and a good trap there by the Bombers. Now it's 64-61, and PK Miller will go to the line for 2.
That was really textbook, honestly, defense, pressure defense by the Millers.
It was Miller time, to say the least, really, right there.
It was really nice job.
You missed the opportunity there.
I wanted to, but, you know, I can't give him too much.
Alan Parker misses that one. By golly gee Willikers, he's got to make the second one here. I think they ran over and trapped him and said, "We're the Millers." If they didn't, they should have. That's a great movie, by the way. Underrated. Jackson Brown will check back in. Dylan Schoen. Bryce Miller will check out. Easton Ursland Winden fires back in for the Bombers. PK Miller goes for the second one. It's up and good. Now it's a 2-point lead for the Carroll Tigers. Plenty of time left in this game with the shot clock. 1:18. Just be solid here. Collison has it. He's trapped in the backcourt, and now we've got another timeout by Coach Randy Beeson. He saw it coming from a mile away.
He's done a nice job of using his TOs because he saved some turnovers.
Yes, he has. That'll be a full timeout called by Coach Beeson. Looks like it's going to be underneath, and they cannot move with the basketball, which is a key cog in this component here as we go back to the very first game we called against Norwalk.
Oh,
we kept that ball in that corner for what seemed like an eternity.
Yeah, you're right.
Because we attacked it with the enthusiasm unknown to mankind, to quote Jim Harbaugh. And that's what we're going to have this last 112 here. For all of you out there tuning in Bomber Nation, the Bombers trail by as many as 15 as late as the third quarter in this one. So it has not been for lack of effort or energy here on the Bombers' part, but hats off to this Carroll Tigers team because they have made some big shots and got some big rebounds, and it cannot be overstated enough that they came in here with a plan, and I'll tell you, it helps a ton when Stone Siebenaler shoots it like he did tonight.
Yes, he has played a phenomenal game. They've played some complimentary basketball when he, the three by, gosh, who was that? That wasn't.
That was Collison that made that. Matt Collison made that three.
That was a big one.
Yeah, for
to kind of break that tie.
Yeah, that 7th point. He does need to stay stationary, is what the official is telling Jared Moore, as the Bombers will face guard and look for something deep over the top. Got away with maybe a couple steps there. Moore will throw it ahead to Siebenaler. Oh, and he got away with a travel there. That was unbelievable. And now it'll be out of bounds. And now it should be a tip, and now this is the right call. He's going to get some help here, and I believe that this is the right call off of the Bombers.
I think he's going to wave him off.
I think he might. It doesn't look like it because we don't know. Yeah, and now they're going to bring the third official
to
over.
Vote.
Well, if it's a tie, right? It's going to stay Ballard basketball, and Coach Randy Beeson can't believe it. His ball, and the Carroll Tiger fans don't love it. Oh, and I don't blame him because I think it might have been tipped, but maybe the trajectory of the ball didn't go off of its path.
No idea.
So maybe into the back of the net, or the rim, I should say.
Here we go. 1 minute.
Bombers trail. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. The Bombers trail in this one. And Gibson will go to the line for
nice
two.
Set.
It was a nice set. The hesitation, the hezzy, the kids like to call it.
Yeah. Well, honestly, just with some of the movement by Parker, obviously the ball screen. Yeah, it's almost like an Iverson cut. One's going to the top, one's going underneath, and it just got eyes moving.
Yep. Well, that'll be the 5th foul on number 4, Jared Moore.
I'd put that one in my back pocket.
Game. I would too when you need something late in the game like we needed here. 54 seconds to go. Jude Gibson will go to the line for 2. The junior guards comes in at shooting almost 74.
Jared Moore fouls out.
Yeah, Moore fouls out. So they'll bring in Miles
tonight.
Nuzbeck. We'll check back in. The 6'4 sophomore. He's a fine-looking player. Miles has given some good minutes out there for the Tigers tonight. 54.3 to go. Gibson to the line for 2. He crawls that one over the front of the rim and knocks it home. And now the Bombers, I think they trail by 1. But it's 64-64 on the scoreboard. Well, now we've got it again. Now it is 64-64. The scorekeeper said everybody's eyes are on him. Everything's fine.
We're all human.
We are all human, and you can tell, and I can tell you we're all human because the emotions are running high right now in the hangar night, except for the cool, calm, collected Todd father. With his hand on his knee, he leans back.
Check me out on the weekend.
His voice, there's no inflection in his voice. You can't tell if we're up 20 or down 20 or tied. It was at 64 with less than a minute to go.
I am quite honestly on the edge of my seat, though.
You are on the edge of your seat. You have not stood up yet.
I could use a seat pad.
We need a seat pad. So those of you out there, if you're looking to donate to the Ballard Network for a seat cushion, the Todd Fowler could use one.
Yeah.
I've got some chair backs at my house. I don't bring them.
Yeah.
That would be nice. But, okay, it looks like we're trying to get the score correct. I believe the score is correct. It was 64-62. And so now we got to get the guys on the floor. So it looks like were trying to figure out what's happening. I think they were just working with the scorebook, the scorekeeper.
Yep.
There's a lot of moving parts, and bless those people's hearts over there at that
Yeah,
score
they're
table.
volunteering their
It's
time.
a thankless job.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, to wear those stripes over there than be the official. And she knew it. She was right. She had it all the way. So it's 54 seconds to go, 64-64.
Well, this is fun.
Yeah, it is. It's
what more
Nuzbeck,
can you
and he
ask
can
for?
run the baseline. As Siebenaller, he gets it in. Now this will be Nuzbeck with it. Collison over here. Oh, and he put it on his hip, and he got away with a double dribble, and it'll be out of bounds off of the Carroll Tigers.
Oh, they call a timeout.
Oh, and they got another timeout, and that'll be Coach Randy Beeson's 5th and final timeout. And it has been some timely timeouts here for Coach Beeson.
He's done a great job with those.
He has towed the line.
He'd probably still love to have one here as you finish the game, but yeah, he's done a great job of just saving them from saving possessions, really.
Saving possessions and coaching his kids, and again, hats off to Coach Beeson. It's one of those things that you come into the hangar here against an undefeated Ballard Bombers team that's played a tight one at ADM. Outside of that, everything's been outside of double digits and higher than 14 points. So this is going to test our mental fortitude and our intestinal fortitude, if anything at all. And this Carroll team just came off of a top 5 win. Some might say against the team with the best player in Iowa basketball, and Jaden Coop. So
I would say, though, too, Tim, thinking about just our games and the ones that we've called, I think I missed the Bondurant game. I think that might have been the only game where we kind of dominated from start to finish, where I feel like we've been down in games. Which I'll be honest with you, I'd rather have these games. I mean, just as a coach, as you build
into the season, 100%.
So, looking forward to a great finish here.
This is a Maylocks special. If you've got something, if you need an Oh My Lanta, now's the time to take it. Oh, and that was Collison. Oh, and we've got a jump ball. And it looks like that was probably a benefit to the Carroll Tigers because Matt Collison traveled with that basketball.
The Bombers do have one foul to give.
37.9 on the game clock, 19 on the shot clock. Bombers got to tighten it up here because we don't want to foul even with that foul to give. Easton Ursuline with a big time play as the shot clock and game clock are about in simpatico.
I think you hold for one.
I think we are going to hold for one here as Coach Schertz is talking to the official over there. And Jude Gibson's being defended by Stone Siebenaller. No timeouts for the Carroll Tigers, 2 for the Ballard Bombers. Coach Schertz will get a timeout. There is a bit of a discrepancy. If it's a second, it's just right there.
It's a titch.
Did you say titch?
A titch.
That's a titch. Boy, that's a nice word
I think
there.
it's 0.4.
That's a 50-cent word on a 5-degree night.
Yeah.
But that's why you are the best in the business. Now,
keep them guessing at home.
I want you to put me inside of the Ballard Bombers huddle right now. Give it to me.
Well, I'll be honest.
You always are.
You've got we're in the bonus.
Sure.
So I do think that plays to our advantage. We need to be aggressive going to the rack. If we settle for just a 3 here, I wouldn't love it.
Sure.
But if we get into the paint and it's some type of kick out, I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind actually seeing the play we ran earlier. I don't even know if that actually fully developed where we went
Jude
underneath.
on the ball?
Yes.
Yeah, we kind of ran that cross screens on the bottom, and we had that Jude with a little hesitation dribble for sure. We can talk about after the make or after what happens that we do have a foul to give. Is that something you touch on here in this timeout, or do you wait on that?
I think that if you can get everything spit out, because it's not easy.
Is this something new you've never practiced, or this is a play you've done 100 times in practice?
I think it's something you've done 100 times.
Sure.
I think it's your bread and butter.
Yep, something you're comfortable with, correct?
Yep.
Want to make sure you get the ball in bounds. First things first, right?
And I don't want to give them a shot.
Sure. There's Ursuline with it. Now it'll go to Jude Gibson. 15 on the game clock and about
8
12
to play.
Yep, and here we go. It's the same call you saw earlier with that little hesitation.
There's the
now
kick.
It's a kicked out to Mudd.
There's
Ursuline with a put back. What a big time put back, and that should do it for the Ballard Bombers. And oh my Lanta, and it's no good. Holy smokes, the Bombers got the Tigers by the tail there at the very end
Yes,
as
what a great
Miles
game.
Mudd drove the lane and Easton, Ursuline, Wind and Fire rose to the occasion, put in the putback for 2, and the Bombers sneak out of here.
Yeah.
Stagger out of here with a 66-64 win in an outstanding night of Raccoon River Conference basketball, as it was a 2-point game in the girls' game earlier.
Yep.
Went to the Carroll Tigers, and this one comes to the Bombers.
Technically, we're tied.
We're tied up. Yep, it's all score. It's even out throughout the entire night. But now I've got to ask you, Todd, as we kind of get to break this down a little bit, we can take a breath. This is probably a really good game for the Bombers.
Yeah, I mean,
as far as learning experiences.
Boy,
this Carroll team was 2-5 coming in, just come off of a big win. So let's address that.
And I'll be honest, like if you take a look at the 2 halves, we weren't as in much foul trouble there in that second half, and we're able to just play basketball.
Yep.
As opposed to play plug and play, and we're a little outsized and those types of things, a little out of position. Now, I will say this: there was some really great performances coming off the bench for the Bombers.
Sure.
And for Ursuline to sit for most of the first half and come and hit 2 threes in the second half, a couple big putbacks. I mean, if you're not looking at this tape and saying, "Hey guys, this is why we were where we were," and learning from that, then I think they've missed something here.
100%. But this is also how you can get bit in postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a game that 1 or 2 plays goes against us here, and it's one and done. So this is a game that you've got to take from and learn from and say, hey, we've got to clean some things up.
Yeah.
Do I think we're really good and a really talented basketball team? 100%.
I think so.
Are we worthy of the number 1 ranking in the state? After watching this tonight, I would have said no, but after being down by 15 in the third quarter and coming back to win, I would say yes.
Yeah.
However, there are so many things to build on if you're the Ballard Bombers.
Yeah.
And if you're the Carroll Tigers, you came in here
what a game.
and the number 1 team in the Class 3A basketball on the boys' side on a Tuesday night on a cold night, and it's not a short drive over here.
Nope.
And they took a knockout punch early. They took a knockout punch late. They had a 5-point lead with a little less than 2 to go, or right there at 2:11 to go. So hats off to Coach Randy Beeson and this Carroll Tiger team, because they came in here and gave the Bombers everything they wanted and more.
They had some huge shots. They played pretty solid defense at times. But just right there, it just goes to show you what effort can get you.
What effort can get you. And regardless of how it looks, you can find a way to win.
Yep.
And you as a coach, as a former coach, and me as a former coach, a win's a win is a win. And you want to be better. But I will tell you, if you can find a way to win, it's better than finding a way to lose.
Yeah, and you're going to need this coming down the stretch where you're going to get punched in the mouth, and you're going to have to take it and wobble a little bit. And now you can look each other in the eyes, and you have this to say, look, guys, we've been here before. We don't love it, but we can sure come out of it.
We can do it, yeah. Well, folks, on a dandy of a night of basketball here on January 7th from the hangar here in Huxley, Iowa. For our executive producer, Danny Maui Sunsets Inksler, my color commentator, Todd the Todd Father Miller, and myself, your play-by-play man, Timmy Trumpets Davis. We're going to sign off here on a great night as the Bombers win the nightcap 66-64, and I believe we will be off for a little while. I'm not sure if we're back next Tuesday or not, but there'll be Facebook posts and check your social media. But anyway, folks, as always, good night from the hangar, and go Bombers.